Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Pay and welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today I want to talk about Heroes of Mavia's recent announcement of partnering with Base for their Layer 2 technology. For any of you seen my other video where I broke down the options, this is actually one of my top choices. I was kind of split between Base and Arbitrum, so really excited to see that they went with Base. I mean, just kind of makes sense too, right? I mean, the branding matches, the white and the blue. I mean, it's base. We're building our base on base in a base builder game, right? But I want to break down a little bit about what Mavia said on why they made this decision. We'll take a little bit of a look at some of the information from the help desk on base, which can give us a little bit further insight. And then I want to show you how you can add that layer 2 to your wallet just to make things easy.
I want to play.
So right here, taking a look at their Twitter, they're talking about how Mavia's building on Base. They've chosen it as their layer 2 to scale the ecosystem. Fast, secure, low cost, and incubated by Coinbase, which I also personally like. There's a lot of resources to back this layer 2. Base is the perfect fit to support Mavia's rapidly growing mobile player base, and they have a thread on why. So just going to the first one, they talk about a shared vision. Both Mavia and Base share the same vision. They believe an on-chain platform that is open source, decentralized, user-friendly, and widely accessible is key to building the next generation of on-chain applications. They want to work with Base to realize this vision. So that is something I'll show you guys, and we'll dive into a little bit more how Base is really working towards making this a truly decentralized layer 2, which I think is awesome, as well as the open source part. So then, of course, they talk about speed and cost. Now, this is very important, right? We know Mavia is actually covering all of our gas fees as players. So as a company, they obviously had to really make sure that the layer 2 they were working with was going to be feasible for them for all those costs that they're carrying the weight of. So they talk about how it's going to be fast and low cost, and gas costs will be reduced 10 to 100x further with the upcoming integration of EIP 4844. If you don't know what that is, it's definitely worth a Google search just to take a look into. Fast transactions and low gas fees are critical for their in-game Ruby marketplace because, like we mentioned, Mavia sponsors all gas fees inside the game. Then they talk about infrastructure. So Base provides extensive infrastructure integrations, ensuring safe and reliable onboarding for Mavia users. This is really important because you think about it, this is going to be impacting all the Web 2 players that are being onboarded. The infrastructure has to be sound and has to be able to accommodate millions and millions and millions of players. They talk about dependable fiat on and off ramps, dexes, and opportunities to serve the Coinbase ecosystem. It's a robust layer 2 that fulfills Mavia's needs. I think this one just makes a lot of sense. And then, of course, incubate it by Coinbase. So they're excited to be able to enable users in the Coinbase and Base ecosystem to discover Mavia. Another great way to get the message out there. Base has consistently shipped and delivered results to the chain, giving them strong confidence in their team. That's awesome. And then they do talk about how they're looking forward to building on Base and pushing the boundaries of what on-game chaining is capable of. So pretty straightforward there. All those points make a lot of sense to me, but when you come take a look at Base on Coinbase's help desk, there's a couple things, it's important to note they don't plan on issuing a new token currently. So be aware of any scams. They just go into kind of what is it, it's secured by Ethereum, empowered by Coinbase, big features, small fees, open source. This is all the same stuff that Mavia referenced, that they were saying was a big reason why they wanted to work with this chain in particular. Now, it is good to know that for the open source, the roll-up agnostic superchain is powered by Optimism. So they're joining Optimism as a core dev on the open source OP stack. So I thought that's pretty cool, actually. I didn't know that. Prior to kind of digging in and looking into more information here. I actually thought Optimism might have even been an option for Mavia, but it looks like they're kind of working with them anyways in a bit, which is cool, just for the open source part anyways. Going down here, of course, they're talking about, what is a layer 2. I'm going to skim past this. They talk about when Base will be available. That is already passed. That was last year, so obviously this hasn't been updated. But they do give some instructions on how to get it into your wallet, what it can be used for. And really, there is kind of the main site here, which I liked, base.org, where you can go through all of the projects that are already building on Base. I mean, there's quite a few notable ones on here. You've got YGG, you got DBank. I mean, there's a lot. You can even, if I just go to the top, you can even categorize it by gaming, for example, and take a look at a lot of the other gaming projects that are already on Base. So there's quite a bit of building that's been going on here. Parallel is definitely a notable one. There's quite a few others that I recognize. And then, like I said, YGG. And then how to get it in your wallet. Now, there's a couple easy ways. I like doing chain list. That to me is always pretty straightforward. You just connect your wallet, click this, boom, it adds it. But there is another way. You can just go right over into your wallet, go add network, and then look at that Base mainnet. Gives you the information. You hit approve, switch to Base mainnet. Got it. And then we could add in the Mavia token address right here. And then now we'd have Mavia. So it's really that easy. You can go through MetaMask, or if you want, you can go through Chainlist. Now you've got the Base mainnet in your MetaMask. You're all good to go.
I want to play.
So I'm super stoked about this. Like I said, this was one of my top picks. I'm really excited to see Mavia push the boundaries of what is capable with Base. And I'm definitely excited that they partnered with them, because Coinbase is massive in this space. We know Coinbase likes to fight for crypto, stand up for crypto, kind of make their mark. And I mean, Mavia has really been making their mark in a lot of different ways. So I just think this partnership and this decision is fantastic. So thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to us. And appreciate if you smash that like button, but we'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers.